Grove High School a picture-perfect fall afternoon for the Section 5A Boys Soccer Championship. It's the Totino-Grace Eagles, the number 3 seed taking on the top seed, the DeLaSelle Islanders. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, if you look at this record-wise on paper, you'd say mismatch. DeLaSelle coming in at 16-1-1, probably the best team that they have ever had. Totino-Grace struggled quite a bit this year in their first year in the Northwest Suburban Conference, but they've had a lot of playoff experience as a program, and they are here. They're under 500, but they have battled their way through, and they're in this championship game.
Well, sometimes the season record doesn't really speak as much as you normally would think. If you look at who Totino-Grace has played in the last 5 or 6 games, they're all top quality teams in their league. But you never know what's going to happen in the sections. Flying high is DeLaSelle, 16-1-1. They have good speed, they have good talent, good skills. On the other side, Totino-Grace likes possession. They want to keep the ball, they want to cross and on set plays. So two totally different types of theories of how to play the game, and we'll see which one makes it to the finals, to the end.
DeLaSelle, a program that has not only never been in the state tournament, but making their first ever appearance in a section championship. Their coach, Adam Pribble, said they're just kind of getting better and better and better as a program. They've got a lot of seniors. A lot of this group played together last year and lost to Totino-Grace in the semifinals of section. So there's no doubt that they feel like this is their year, and they want to carry that into this championship game tonight.
Absolutely, and you can tell from what the coach was saying that the players are very tight. They're very close to each other. They know what they're going to do. They know what to expect. There's no really ego contests. So they play as a unit, and that's going to take them a long way.
Totino-Grace struggled really to score goals most of this year. They're averaging just over a goal a game, and even that's a little bit skewed because they scored quite a bit against a couple of weaker opponents early. But they've been able to kind of turn that up a little bit at playoff time. They won an overtime game against St. Paul, Washington, and they've generated more chances, so they are at least feeling better about that. Because let's face it, you have to be able to get a few shots on goal if you're going to get that 1 or 2 that'll win you a section.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what they've been doing in the last few games. They are getting shots on goal, even though not necessarily in, but they are getting some good quality shots, and that's what counts. And if you look on the other side of DeLaSelle, their keeper is not the same keeper they've had most of the season, so that could be a factor also. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, the Islanders trying to make their first ever state tournament. Totino-Grace looking to get back to a familiar spot for them in the Class A tournament. The Section 5 championship is up next year. DeLaSelle and Totino-Grace on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back here to Maple Grove, neutral site for the Section 5A Championship. The Grace Girls will be taking on Park Center in our second game of the night, and you can also watch for that one on 12 Sports. And interesting contrast too, Sig, we talked about as a program, Totino-Grace has a lot more experience in pressure playoff games. However, individual player-wise, DeLaSelle has a lot more returning experience than Totino-Grace does. They've got more or less a lot of the same team back from their sections of last year, whereas Grace graduated 13 seniors. So program-wise, more experience one way, but player-wise the other way.
Right. It'd be interesting to see how that factors out. And again, the Totino-Grace program has been to state, as we said, 8 times before, so they're used to the pressure and the rewards you get. And they're DeLaSelle looking for their first trip to state. As you said in the opening, their first time in the section championship.
So the goalkeeper's there, Andrew Pick for Totino-Grace. He has stepped in after Brandon Hilliard graduated last year and has been pretty strong for them. And we talked about the other end, Will Haig, the freshman, starting for DeLaSalle after Nikolai Anderson Pena went down with a serious broken leg late in the season. And there is a look at Anderson Pena right there. Broke the tibia and fibia in his leg. So he is here watching and cheering his team on. Haig at least has had a little time to get in there and has played well. You know, you have backups for a reason too, and they feel like they're pretty confident that he can get the job done out there as well. The one problem in this first half is Haig is going to be looking directly into the sun, which
it's ugly.
It could be something that is tough to deal with. DeLaSalle's in white. Totino-Grace in navy as we get started here. Islanders possessing early on. Grace worried a little bit about the speed of DeLaSalle. They know that that's a team that probably has some more overall team speed than they do, but you have to find ways to counteract that.
Right, and you do that several ways. You mark up tighter. You also try to get in the passing lanes, try to intercept passes. Don't give them too much time to set up.
Islanders win this ball back here. Sam Fleming playing it up the line. Knocked into the center of the field here where it's recovered by Jack Conroy for Grace, and he'll push it out to the outside, but Connor Mullen can't run it down, and it will be an Islanders throw-in taken here by Ray Riera. Puts it onto the foot of Matthew Voida. Riera controlling here for the Islanders, and he'll drop it back. Finding Joey Farah, and they will switch fields here now as Fleming comes back to meet it here for DeLaSalle. Their one loss this year to Washburn, and this one played straight up the middle. They're trying to go direct. Jack Morey looking to spring Ibuma Numara for DeLaSalle, for Totino-Grace. There's a look at Adam Pribble, who was a DeLaSalle graduate and also played up at St. John's, like his counterpart on the other side, Bill Vance. This one will get out of play, and it's a throw coming here for the Islanders. Now, both teams needed overtime in the semis, which, you know, it can be a good thing to get those kind of tests, but at the same time, it maybe tells you that they're not, you know, head and shoulders above the other teams in the section, too.
But that's true, especially since DeLaSalle, number 1 seed, playing number 5 seed Columbia Heights to overtime. But like we're saying, there's a whole different pressure, a whole different view when you get into the section, especially into the section championships. There's a lot riding on it.
Grace's record probably suffering a little bit this year because of moving into that new conference, the Northwest Suburban, playing, you know, bigger schools pretty much across the board, and playing, you know, that's what Bill Vance said. One of the things that you really notice is that there just aren't nights where you kind of have a night off, so to speak, where you have a little bit weaker opponent. They're all of them will give you a pretty good challenge. And that's a little bit of a contrast with DeLaSalle. They've had, you know, a mixture of some pretty decent teams and then some that they're clearly a lot better than. Here's a chance for the Islanders. Nice unselfish play out front and just knocked away. Islanders looking around maybe for a call, but not going to give it. Voida got the return pass. So you couldn't have faulted if they'd taken a shot there, but instead they go to Voida. Perfectly placed, but great recovery there by Conroy to save probably a goal. It is going to be a corner, though, for DeLaSalle. Christopher Riera will take this corner kick here for the Islanders. Comes low right up the middle, the header, but not able to direct it toward the net. The Eagles trying to clear that ball out of there. DeLaSalle looking to quickly go back on the attack as they generated a nice chance a moment ago. Here's Christopher Riera chipping it through, but too much traffic to get through there for Christian Cardio.
And that's something you'll see a lot of in this match with DeLaSalle. They like to attack, Not so much into the flank and then cross, but they like to attack with the player that has the ball. Again, they like to play possession. Being bothered there by Maury.
Nice ball to the outside by Riera, and then he gets a return there from Cardio. He has got some foot skills, no doubt about it. Throw coming here for the Islanders, who have had the better of things in the early going here, but no real chances yet. Here's Cardio. Cutting it in. He'll take that left-footed shot, and it is in. DeLaSelle on the board. Picked out his target and lofted it over Pick. And Cardio scores for the Islanders.
This is coming down the side. Sees an opening right here and just gets a nice high shot just underneath the crossbar to the far side. This was right over the keeper.
Third goal of the playoffs and 9th goal overall this season. So the Islanders, we thought the sun wouldn't be an issue too much at that end of the field. Don't know if it was or not. Pick seemed frustrated by not being able to track that one very well as it went over his head. Just a well-placed shot.
He wasn't screened, so it's possible that the sun could have gotten into his eyes. But
so the Islanders go up by a 1-0 count. Stepping up to break that up, Spencer Yeager, and now sent long the other way. High bouncer. Pick's going to have to come out to meet this one as he calls off Benjamin Carney.
and if you're a team like DeLaSelle, this is exactly what you want. Score early, put the pressure on.
Well, especially against an Eagles team that lighting up the scoreboard has not been their thing this year.
No, that's not been their forte, and they know that. They've had opportunity shots, but not that many going in.
Into the middle here to Riera. He'll drop it back. Good connection so far for DeLaSelle. They've been on target with a lot of passes and moving the ball nicely. High bouncer here. This one could be a little dangerous. Paul Hupp heading it out wide. And Eagles will keep it alive, though. Trying to serve it out front. It's broken up. Bounces right back out there to Connor Mullen. Sent in, and coming out is the keeper Haig to grab it up. Riera dishing it to the outside. Nice little return there to Joey Farah. They'll try and switch fields, but a good step up to break that one up. Eagles trying to come back the other way. Austin Lohr sends one to an open area. First to it is Fleming, but he clears it out. It'll be a throw here for Totino-Grace. Trying to head that one to the outside was Namara, but broken up. Sent back to the Eagle zone. Knocked away, and trying to generate a chance here is Wegman for Islanders. It'll be knocked out. It's a throw for DeLaSelle. Wegman wanting to turn and go quickly here. He will go into Christopher Riera. Again, a couple nice passes connecting, and then they'll drop it back for Fleming. He's going to try and serve one into the middle, a diving header to break that up. Up the line, it'll come right to Fleming. Voida getting it to Riera. Boy, he sees the field well. He always knows where he's going to go with the ball, even as he's receiving it. Fleming stepping into the middle. Wegman trying to put a cross in there. Blocked down by Riera, and he'll get a shot. Pick juggling it at knee-high level, but no Islanders within range to bother him on that one.
So the ball almost cleared out, then driven right back in again, and keeper right there to scoop it up.
Hamza Thompson putting it to the outside there for Namara. Mara trying to get a step, but well defended there by the Islanders. As Paul Hupp doing a solid job. Now they move up as a group. Tried to go to the outside. Conroy got in the piece. Got a piece of that one. Now Christopher Riera knocking it down. Here's Voida. Little back heel return pass, but right to an Eagle. Still they can't clear. DeLaSelle looking sharp early. They get the goal and they want more. Voida. Tried to direct that one to the outside, hustling in to get it back, though is Cardio, who had the goal for the Islanders. Now nice pass right into the edge of the box, Wegman. And dishes it over, and there's goal number 2. DeLaSelle striking again as Joey Farah puts it home, and their dominance early is showing up on the scoreboard.
Good patience set up. You see the assist going right there. Just past the keeper.
Wegman dropping it over there, and Farah, very well placed shot. It wasn't a screamer, but he put it in a very difficult spot for Pick to get to, right in the corner.
And he had an open shot, so nobody was really marking him on defense.
I was just thinking, Sig, if this were another sport, this would be the time when Totino-Grace would use an early timeout. Right.
I was thinking the same thing.
They're kind of shell-shocked early on here.
DeLaSelle using its speed early, and that was one of the concerns that the Totino-Grace coach Bill Vance had before the match.
Fleming knocking that one down. And going to get a push there in the back called against the Islanders' Cardio. So Farah scoring the 10th minute of this one, 9:17 in, as they go up by a 2-0 count. A little bit of a trend we're seeing. We've got to watch the 6AA championship the other night. That one was at St. Louis Park, had 3 goals in the first 4 minutes. So many times you see section games that, especially later in the tournament like this, that are 0-0 until quite late in the game, but not the case here.
The only difference in the other game that we had, there was both teams were scoring early.
Yep.
In this match so far, DeLaSelle showing its dominance with its speed and ball control.
And sometimes goals happen and they're maybe fortunate or luck involved or anything, but they deserve these goals by the way they're playing. They have been both nice goals, and they've gotten other chances too. Not even too bad a chance there by Voida with the long rip.
You see coming about 35 yards out. Takes a shot just a little bit high and outside.
If you're Totino-Grace now, you have to fight the feeling of being, that you're out of it already, because there's so much soccer to be played. But obviously they've got to be concerned with not just the scoreboard, but the fact that they've been kind of dominated early on, giving up some chances.
Yeah, and they have not had I don't think they moved the ball past that much past the midfield. Here they come down the flank.
And Gusso Youssef getting wide, but it's out of play. Ended up getting toward net, but already was over the line. So goal kick here for DeLaSelle.
But that's what Totino-Grace needs to do now. Get a few more of these penetrations and try and get her the quality shot.
Knocked loose here. And the ball won by Farah on the outside. He has Wegman with him. Wegman comes and get it after it was deflected. Conroy, another nice tackle there for Grace. Little battle on the outside edge. And things get real physical right there. And see what we're going to have. We had I think the foul's against Grace, and I'm going to have to say I agree. It was the push came from the DeLaSelle guy, but after he was kind of held and mugged a little bit there.
Yes, and the referee is Rory Merlino. making that call.
Off the free kick out front, and we get a push called against DeLaSalle this time. As
Boy, and how many times do you see that on a kick coming in on a sub play? AR1 tonight is John Krill, and AR2 is Todd Anderson.
Conroy's pass intercepted there, Cardio. Maintaining possession there was Eli Baker, and then intercepted though by the Eagles' Jack Morey. Yeager goes outside with it for Morey, one of the captains for Grace.
Nice move there. And I thought they were going to lose the ball, but they maintained possession.
Morey passing it back for Conroy here as they look to switch fields. Grace showing some skill and putting some things together here after having DeLaSalle do a lot of that to them in the early minutes here.
Nice deep throw in.
Knocked into the center here, and a nice ball to the outside. Boy, Voida knew where he was going to go with that one and put it right there. Now Wegman taking the long pass. Now he gives pursuit. Pretty solid job defensively there by Kearney. But the Islanders, now we get a foul called. Totino-Grace taking the free kick here. Perriott. They'll look to switch fields left side now. Morey. Chipping it up the middle. That one blocked down, but Grace has to feel a little bit better the way things have started to flow in their direction just a little bit here.
Yeah, they're starting to get some of their own possession. Be a throw for Totino-Grace.
Namara will trigger it in here for the Eagles. Played about 15 minutes, a dynamite start for DeLaSalle, the top seed. They have already put 2 on the board. Namara, long throw in. Conroy stepping up to it. Conroy dropping it back for Perriott. Knocked down, but then it comes out. Here's a shot, and that one is off the goalpost on a nice attempt by Hamza Thompson.
That was a very nice attempt up in the upper right corner. It just hit the post.
And there was no way Haig was getting that one if it had been on goal. He was scrambling, and now Conroy stepping up. Conroy putting one out front. Haig, a dive, and he will just get there. Ball was not going to be on net, but there was somebody there to knock it in. And here's a look at this attempt. Kind of a little inside-out curving kick out to the outside. And again, Haig is really fighting the sun at that end of the situation, too. That was about 3 inches from being a perfect place shot. Instead, it hits the goalpost. So Totino-Grace showing that they are far from out of this one.
Yep, they're more than capable of getting back into the game, and they've done that. Now they need to get some kind of a reward for their effort.
Adam Vettel and Connor Mullen coming in. I'm sorry, make that Vettel is coming in, but then Max Fleming reporting in for the Islanders. Another long throw to the front, headed over, and a redirect try by Morey. And it will be a goal kick here for DeLaSalle. It'd be interesting to know how much was said, if anything, about, keeper's got the sun in his eyes. We can attempt to go high on this side. You don't want to have that in your mind the whole time. You just want to play your normal game. But at the same time, you kind of, I think, do have to recognize that might be an option open to you.
Yes, it's anytime you can get any kind of advantage, you try and go for it.
Cardio recovering here for DeLaSalle. Drop back now to Baker, and he'll send it over left side. They recover possession here, and Baker will take the back pass. Shrugging off Thompson, or Namara rather. Now Namara able to come away with it. Sending it ahead. Youssef giving chase and coming out to play it as Haig, the keeper, but he's out of the box, so has to play it with the feet, and they'll get a throw in. Another ball has bounced onto the field there, so they had to pause and get settled. Namara will trigger it in here for Totino-Grace. They have definitely rebounded from a slow start to get some things going their way, and almost got on the board about a minute ago, but still trail at 2-zip. Conroy serving one out front. Fleming, a header. Push to Wegman at the middle of the field, and he goes out to the outside for Cardio, able to run that one down. Looking to get a return. It's deflected by 2 different Grace players. And the Eagles able to maintain possession here. Morey will chip it long. Oh, look at Haig. He's coming way out. Almost a dangerous play to call there. Fleming tracking it down here for the Islanders. Able to keep it in play, skying it into the Grace zone. Christopher Riera trying to get control, but instead it is Conroy. That's going to be a kind of a good matchup all game long. Those look like 2 of the stronger players on the field so far. Youssef unable to control here. It will be a throw in for DeLaSalle.
I suppose the good news that time for Grace, it wasn't a goal kick.
Sam Halloran coming in here for DeLaSalle. And Ray Riera will take the throw here for the Islanders. They are on top 2-0. They're the top seed in this section. 16-1-1 coming in, but never have been in the state tournament, and prior to tonight had never even been in a section final in boys soccer. So they are looking to make some history tonight. Totino-Grace is, a younger team than what they had a year ago, and obviously by their record had some difficulties this year, but getting back to this spot, and they obviously can play a little too, and they're trying to fight back in it. Here's a return to the outside. Cardio will chip it out front. Pick
Nice.
A diving play to punch that one out, and a good idea to do so because there was somebody waiting for a header on the other side.
Sometimes you're way better off punching the ball out.
And now Grace looking to counter, but that pass picked off by Hupp for DeLaSalle. And they can't quite keep it in. It'll be a throw here for the Eagles. Here's another look. A nice pass back to the outside. Cardio's in a little too tight to really take a shot himself here, but look, he's got somebody over. Actually not too poorly defended behind it either, but you don't want to take that chance.
No.
And nice job to knock that one out of there by Pick. And this one will bounce over to Coach Pribble on the DeLaSalle bench. A throw here for Totino-Grace. Yeager taking the throw. And it will be out off of DeLaSalle. Just sticking the foot in there was Morey. There's a look at Bill Vance, the Eagles head coach. Very forthcoming and honest with us about his team's strengths and weaknesses, and we always appreciate that. He's one of the nicer guys you'll find in the world of soccer. Ball knocked free, and the Islanders able to come up with it. Wegman had that one knocked free. Bettel sending it back and hammered forward by Carney.
Yusuf still trying to battle. It'll be a foul against Yusuf.
Hupp did a pretty good job of shielding him off here, and he tries to fight through him. And there was the grab on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I think it was the first thing that was going to catch the official's attention there. Eagles definitely getting back into the flow after those 2 early goals, and they have, Grace has definitely had the better of it in the last 10 minutes or so, and had that one shot of theirs that hit the goalpost gone in, I think this complexion of this game would even seem more different. But they've definitely played much better than they started out.
Yeah, they tightened up on defense, and this, like we said before, if you're a fast, speedy type team, you want to score a goal or two early on to set the pace for you. But Totino-Grace coming back.
Morey dropping it back to Vettel. That one broken up by Farah. Now Conroy stopping it. Carney back there to get it. They'll look to attack up the right side. And sending it long. That one is broken up. Conroy coming in to meet it. Almost turned into an Islander there, and then eventually was jabbed away from him. Pick gonna have to play it. He'll just swing it out left side here to Yeager. Looking to go to Morey. Nice reception of that one, but he's run off it there by Jimmy Farah.
Still fighting for it, and Totino-Grace is starting to play a little bit more aggressive now.
Morey to the outside, gets away that left-footed cross, but broken up. Christopher Riera coming back to meet it. He takes a return pass there from Jimmy Farah. Wegman to the outside. And knocked away from Farah. Time by Yeager. We'll get a throw here for the Islanders. I think they want to get back to how things were going early. They were just connecting with each and every pass and generating chances, making the right pass too.
Yes.
And since then, it isn't. I don't think it's really that necessarily that they've slowed down. Is that Grace has been able to pick things up and control the midfield more. Opportunity there, knocked down. Still in a dangerous spot. That one into the side of the head. It looked like of Harriet. Now James Shalou sending it ahead. Finds Jason Shirk. He is going to send one across, but keeper will get there as Will Haig grabs it up. Haig putting his foot to it and got plenty on that one.
Ooh, a little confusion there, and ends up turning the ball over.
And they're going to try and draw a corner. And I believe it will be. Or is it a throw? Must just be a throw.
I think it's going to be a throw. Yep.
Fleming will come across to take this throw. They must like him as a throw-in guy because he's generally been playing in the back on this side.
That seems to be the case nowadays. Is every team seems to have a preferred specialist for either a throw-in or the direct kick or a corner kick.
And that one will bounce all the way to the keeper, Pick. Knocks that one out of there, but the Islanders get first touch on it. And nice takeaway, though, by Shirk for Grace, but they lose it right back. Then it's Shalou taking it. Now sent out to the outside, Youssef. Back to Shalou, and then Youssef again. Trying to generate some room, sending it along the line there, and Haig able to run out and grab that one up. Got to be a little bit of an interesting dynamic. Obviously, you lose your standout keeper, and then you've got a freshman coming in. I'm sure the the older Islanders, I'm guessing in one way, they kind of want to be protective of him, not put too much pressure on him. If they play well enough out front of him, it won't matter so much that you're inexperienced back there.
Right. Well, the good news for DeLaSelle is that he has played keeper before for most of his playing career. So it's not like he doesn't know how to play the position, it's just that he hasn't been a starter.
And that's always a fine line, and whether it be this sport or hockey too. When you're growing up, if you're a goalie, you love playing goalie, but there can only be one of them out there at the time. So,
Right. So
I think a lot of kids end up abandoning the position in either sport because of that, knowing that, well, if I'm not the best one at that position
Right.
on my team, I'm going to be on the bench the whole time. So.
Right. Exactly, because you're not going to get the playing time.
A throw here for DeLaSalle, and again it is Fleming who will head up to take this one here for the Islanders. They are ahead 2-0. 2 quick goals, 2 goals in the first 10 minutes for the top-seeded Islanders. And since then, Grace has definitely evened things up a lot in terms of the play, but not able to put anything on the board.
Now, they managed to slow them down a little bit, but for a while they had some pretty good offensive plays, but lately it's been pretty much the Islanders controlling.
Going to be a corner kick here. Pick was thinking that it was a goal kick, but it was headed out, it looked like, by Jaeger. So corner here for the Islanders, and Christopher Riera will take it. Players looking into the sun here. Chipped out front and just missing. The header try there, and then it was Vettel getting a piece of it for Grace. So we will get a throw here for the Islanders. See, subbing in there is Voida, and he replaces Wegman. Back to Baker. He will send it long up that right side. A pretty good header there by Jaeger, or that one could have been trouble. Conroy not able to gain control and jabbed away from Joey Farah before he could pull the trigger. Now it's Riera. Look at that. Great move. Plays it to the outside. And this one will deflect off the outside of the net. A goal or a corner kick coming up as Jimmy Farah tried to cross that ball, and it goes off a defender. And it really had Pick scared for a minute here. He's going the other way, and
Right. He thought it was coming.
lunges back.
He thought it was coming to the far side, and it wasn't.
Riera is going to come short with the corner this time and then look to get a return pass, but it's kind of mishit. Baker, though, gets control to Jimmy Farah, and then a giveaway. Shirk looking for Chalou for Totino-Grace. He'll leave it for Conroy. Send up that right sideline, but broken up by the Islanders, and they look to quickly counter here. Christopher Riera pushing it ahead. Farah, nice ball there. Race is on now. It's overrun a little bit. And then they keep battling for it. Jimmy Farah getting control as he gets roughed up a little bit. And it's going to be, I believe, a DeLaSalle throw here. Not a corner, but a throw. Way down in the corner. Fleming will take this.
Totino-Grace being much more aggressive now on defense, trying to thwart some of those passes deep in their own zone.
Cardio back in for DeLaSalle. Maury back in for Totino-Grace as Fleming gets set to trigger this one in. Again, the guy is really fighting the sun, and that one bounces to Pick. He's going to charge way out and boot that one long.
Wow, that's a long way. He was trying to catch up to it, and he doesn't quite get there, but I think it's going to be a throw-in for Totino-Grace.
Well, those can be kind of dangerous, and Haig, I think, was a little indecisive. He was out. You know, if that ball winds up cleanly with the Grace player, Haig's going to be in a whole lot of trouble there because he's so far out.
Right.
Now, if you go out and you get it, then it's all good. But I don't think he was in position where he was going to be able to get it. Now Maury spinning away from the defender. Chip to the front there by Thompson. And now Conroy will come up with it, but not for long there. Broken up. Nice play, Joey Farah. He had the second goal for DeLaSalle here tonight. Farah keeping possession. Well, not for long. Andrew Keller able to pick his pocket. And Keller knocked down, and a foul called there against the Islanders. Free kick here for Totino-Grace. We've got under 7.5 minutes to play in the opening half. DeLaSalle 2, Totino-Grace nothing. Grace is in navy blue and DeLaSalle in white as the top seed here for the Section 5A tournament championship.
See the shadows creeping over to the further over on the field. So
Namara back in there for Grace.
So by the beginning of the second half, that sun may not be a factor. And the wind has really died down, so the wind's not a factor.
Goal kick coming up here for DeLaSalle. I think everybody at the high school league kind of crossing their fingers at, I mean, it might be too much to ask that the weather stays like this, but obviously this year for football and soccer, we don't have the Metrodome anymore, so
I know.
all the way through we'll be outdoors and start to get to mid-October, and you never know quite what you're going to wind up with. So the more evenings like this we can have, the better for not just for the comfort of the players and the coaches and fans, but also just the caliber of play is better when you've got no worries with wind and rain and snow.
Snow and all that good stuff.
Riera controlling it here for the Islanders. They quickly counter. Pushes it out to Voida. And jabbed away from him. It'll be a corner kick as Kearney got back in to break it up. But the Islanders showing they can quickly transition from one end to the other.
Yeah, that became instant defense to offense. And again, good job by the defense poking the ball out. Even though they gave up a corner, it did save the one-on-one.
Riera again taking this corner. He comes low to the middle of the box area here. And Morey will hammer it out. Nice work to protect the camera there.
Hey, all right.
Grace will get the throw.
I remember those days doing camera work. Don't worry about the camera person. Just make sure you protect the camera. Youssef running down the side, trying to get something going.
Broken up by Hupp. And it'll get back out of play here. So the Islanders almost were caught. Grace went quickly there, but able to recover.
Yeah, at that time, Grace showing that they know how to move up the field quickly as well.
Ball was out.
This will be a throw-in for DeLaSalle.
Fleming throwing it in there for the Islanders. Namara comes back to meet it, leaves it for Morey. He will chip it long up the middle. And backpedaling to pick it up here is Haig. Guy who likes to come out and be involved in things there. Riera waiting for this one to bounce down. Now, nice ball over and trying to get a shot. Still in traffic. Now to the outside. Pick comes out and gets it. I think they're going to be offside anyway there. Now Pick hammering it back the other way. Hupp with the header. Comes to Thompson. Leaves it for Morey. Didn't get much on that pass, and Fleming intercepts. Eagles will dish it back now for Kearney. Shalou getting control, trying to get Conroy started, but broken up. Riera coming over to Cardio. Gets the nice return. He scored from over in this area before. Here's his shot. Oh, my.
That was
left-footed rip and Pick with a dynamite save there.
That was a reaction block that was just perfect.
Riera will dish it back. Fleming to Baker. Around the horn out left. Baker taking a return. Voida Now he gets a pass back, but couldn't quite get to it. And let's see, going to be a goal kick here for Totino-Grace. Well, Pick, we might want to write that one down. He kept his team in this game. Even though it's still the first half, if it gets to be 3-0, I think it could be curtains for the Eagles. But watch this great save, and this shot comes hard and low out of nowhere there. And
yeah, he saw it coming all the way and just very alertly put his hands out there and shoved it off to the far side.
Sometimes you get saves that, look flashy but really aren't that hard. That wasn't the case there, though.
That was a solid save.
Corner upcoming here for Totino-Grace.
First corner.
We tick down toward a minute and a half to go here in this opening half. Eagles could use one late in the half here, trailing at 2-0. They had one very near miss, but haven't had anything really great other than that one. Jack Morey taking this corner, the lefty. Out front, ooh, and the header from Namara is going to sail all the way through, so goal kick upcoming here. Not a bad attempt, though, on that corner.
Here's see it again. Left-footed shot, so it'll hook naturally towards the goal area. Nice placement, good header, but just couldn't aim it right.
Eagles wind up with it here, and it's going to bring a corner kick.
And we'll see if they can do it again. Setting up generally on the far side.
Punched out of there by Will Haig. And they're able to keep that ball alive. If nothing else, should eat up a good chunk of the remaining time here. Baker. Now Vettel picking it off for the Eagles. Here comes Conroy. Still got time to go.
They can get a
here's a carom. It comes to Morey. Oh, and his shot is right into Haig's body. They got a good bounce there, and it wound up right with Morey. But his shot, tried to get rid of it quick with just the one-touch volley, and he puts it into the midsection of the freshman keeper, Haig. So we've come to halftime. The Islanders fans giving their team a hand. Our halftime score is DeLaSalle 2, Totino-Grace 0. We'll have first half highlights, and then our second half of soccer. It's the Section 5A Boys Championship on 12 Sports. On hand as they look to make their first ever appearance in the state tournament here. They're leading Totino-Grace 2-0 at halftime in a pretty eventful first half. There were chances in this one for sure. Great play by Conroy to break up an early chance there for Totino-Grace, but they won't stop this one as Christian Cardio rips it over the head of Pick and in. And another nice one here. Nice pass dropped over, and Joey Farah tucking it inside the goal post. Totino-Grace gets a couple decent opportunities too. This was the best one. Just about going in there for Hamza Thompson. And the great chance here. Cardio's denied by Pick on a rocket. And then this one caroms over toward Morey, and he goes with the one-touch volley, but right into the keeper, Haig. That was very late in the first half as we check out our numbers.
And look at the numbers, kind of summarize what's been happening on the field. Islanders ahead on shots 8-5. They're also ahead 5-2 on shots on goal. Also leading 5-2 on fouls. Not necessarily a good indicator. Corner kicks, Islanders again 4-2.
So at halftime here, DeLaSalle dominated early, and that showed up with a couple of goals. Grace definitely had their chances. They're far from out of this one, but we'll have some work to do when the second half begins. The Islanders leading the Eagles as we play for the Section 5A Boys Championship, the second half coming up on 12 Sports.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
And we get set to begin second half action here as Totino-Grace tries to battle back from a 2-0 deficit against DeLaSelle. Not on the scoreboard, but in terms of the play. They did fight back pretty well after DeLaSelle had really dominated early. And both teams getting some chances after those 2 goals were scored. So if you're Grace, I think you say, let's do kind of continue what we were doing later in that half and see if we can't put one away and go from there.
Yeah, what they did was they started marking up on the Islander players, especially on defense. Then in the last few minutes of the first half, for a while there, the Islander offense was getting their way again.
Try to drop it back to Maury. And this is going to be a goal kick. That ball did cross over the line before the pass, so I thought they'd maybe try and play it off the Islander player and get a corner kick, but instead thought they saw an opening to drop it back to Jack Maury, but ball getting over the line. I think there's obviously you've got football and soccer lines back there. I think there's a possibility maybe that thick white line might be in your head a little bit there too as being the end line, but obviously it isn't. Although that's the case at most fields now, so guys are used to that. Into the middle it comes. Christopher Riera takes a little return. He's going to swing it out to the outside now, and Fleming. Play it for Cardio. Turning, trying to get free. Got the pass away, but broken up there by Yeager. Sent right back in, and an opportunity, and Riera has that one denied by Conroy. Islanders looking to quickly regroup and go back on the attack here. Baker. Now Ray Riera. Baker sending it around to Voida. Voida looking to get a shot away. That one blocked down. Conroy trying to control that ball. Does. Turns and sends it up, but Baker gets there. Now they get it to Namar on the second try, and he tries to send it long for Youssef, but jabbed away. Cardio trapping it down here. Looks to go to Christopher Riera, and he'll take the pass right back from Baker. Now Ray Riera. Ooh, that one caroming up into the chin of Perriott. And offside the call. So free kick here coming for the Islanders, who started out extremely strong in this game. Got 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, but as we talked about at the time, it wasn't just that they scored, it was the way they were moving the ball so sharp.
They had complete possession of the ball. They had good crisp passing. Everybody moving up at the same time, just the way you draw it on the chalkboard. But since then, Totino-Grace kind of slowed things down a little bit, primarily by marking up and trying to get into the passing lanes.
Thompson controlling it here, but run off it nicely by Baker, and here come the Islanders. Riera sending it out. Cardio receiving here. Pass a little off target, but won back by Voida. Baker will chip it ahead. Cardio trying to run onto this one. That's something they don't do a whole lot of. They really like to possess the ball, and you're not seeing a lot of balls through the air for the Islanders. That's not really their MO.
No, it's not. That's pretty much what the coach said before the game. They're not into. You're not going to see a whole lot of crosses. You're not going to see a whole lot of setups.
Here's Christopher Riera sending it out front on the corner, and Fleming's header will sail up and over the top, and it'll be a goal kick here for Totino-Grace. I think probably some relief for the keeper, especially at that end, with that sun no longer really being a factor, I don't think, as the field pretty much all in shadow now, or 90% of it anyway.
Yeah, the only piece left is right down where the Islander keeper is.
Cardio trying to send it to Christopher Riera there, but that one's broken up. Fleming will control it out wide. Here's Christopher Riera. They push it back outside for Baker. And it is going to be a corner here for DeLaSalle.
Good patience by Baker, shielding the ball. Nice to see him in the lineup. He was questionable before the match, but ended up in a starting role.
Riera will take this corner kick again here for DeLaSalle. And Pick knocked it up in the air and then able to catch that one. A little bit of a contrast in that he's 3 years older than the counterpart at the other end, Hagen, also a much bigger keeper. Youssef dropping it back. Maury, and then the header out front. An opportunity, but just unable to keep his footing. There was Namara as he jousted with the defender.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a call, but that wasn't about to happen since he kind of fell backwards over the defender and the ball.
I would say at first glance, a good no call.
Yep. That was good, very good no call.
Been a pretty clean match here. We had one, little stretch where guys were getting after each other a little bit, but I think overall we've seen a pretty cleanly played match.
If you look over the stats, you had not too many fouls called in the match, considering it's a section final.
Pushed ahead, and the race is on here. Youssef trying to send one netward there, and a scramble for it. It's going to be a corner here. Haig wanting a call on Youssef, but not going to happen.
No,
and so corner kick upcoming here for Grace.
I think you had the same thing again. We had two players going at it and kind of tripping over each other.
Hamza Thompson will take this one. I might have been a little bit premature in saying sun no longer a factor as you watch Haig shielding his eyes here on this one. And they'll come right toward the net. He drops it.
Oh, my.
And just as I was saying that, I have to believe that might be sun affected. He's saying my fault. It was right in his mitts and he couldn't hang on.
You see it again. Nice high kick, which is what you want to do. Yeah, he didn't really see it coming into his hand. He just kind of stuck his hands up there. You see it again. And fortunate that there wasn't a blue shirt there waiting for it.
Another corner kick here for Grace. Haig trying to knock it out of there. He's knocked down. Shot and a goal. Conroy gets the Eagles on the board as they convert on the second of two corners, and they are back to within a goal.
You'll see it again coming in from the corner. Battle for it right there. Youssef gets it. There's a little kick out. And then a nice shot. So the assist going to Youssef. And that's exactly what Totino-Grace needed to get a goal, get back in the game, get their confidence and momentum on their side.
So Conroy, who had their game winner against St. Paul, Washington, able to put that one away for the Eagles. Third goal of the year. Again, their leader has just 3 goals, so he now ties for that. Conroy has it knocked free, so we'll see how that changes the complexion of this one. DeLaSalle quickly trying to get back to offense. Voida will pick it up. Swings it across there, but broken up by Yeager. Fleming to Cardio. Try to get Riera, but that one is broken up. And slammed long here. Haig is going to watch this one roll. Have to play it with the feet. Haig had that one knocked away from him. Islanders not appreciative of that. I'm thinking they may not have been looking, perhaps. You know, they're asking the center referee to check with his AR there, and we get a yellow card issued to Totino-Grace, as Youssef will be, I believe it's Youssef getting the card.
Yeah, he's coming off.
And Coach Pribble's pretty hot because he's saying the AR, look, you had the call. You have to be willing to stand up and tell us, let the center referee know what you saw there.
Yeah,
and that ultimately they did end up carding Youssef. So I don't know if it was for something he said after, or they kind of after the fact realized that what he had done there.
It may have been after, because I mean that wasn't exactly a flagrant foul.
No, but I don't think that's where things start to get flagrant if you allow things like that to keep going on.
Yes.
And just a quick explanation to both benches, and the official explaining, and obviously we don't know exactly, but my guess would be that he possibly may have turned, the natural reaction, okay, keeper's got the ball now, you may have turned just a little bit and not actually seen exactly what he did. But the AR did.
Right. And he got the flag up right away.
So, after a little bit of drama there, going to be a free kick for DeLaSalle. They lead it 2-1, but Totino-Grace has just gotten on the board. And we are going to be having a fantastic finish, it appears, in this one. Voida cutting it to the middle. Tried to sneak that one through, but too many bodies there, taken by Vettel. And now here come the Eagles. Conroy pushed it a little too far out front of himself there, and the Islanders with a relatively easy takeaway. But Morey wins that ball right back. Cardio. Nice ball to the outside there from Voida. Cardio sending one to the middle, broken up, but then a follow-up try, and Pick makes another huge save, and then he's able to scramble on top of that one. After they trailed 2-0, he made one really crucial, good, hard save, and he makes another one right here.
And that's what keeps your team in the game.
That was a well-placed shot. It was. It was ticketed for the corner if he doesn't get a handout.
So again, that's a good hard shot, nice block. Then gets up quickly and pounces on the ball. That was heads-up goalkeeping. As we have a foul called against the Islanders.
Jack Morey will take this free kick here for Totino-Grace. They are right back in it. It's been interesting, but seems like that Grace goal is almost kind of up the pace for both teams, though. DeLaSalle's really, it kind of woke them up, caught their attention that, hey, they can score too. We've got to really play like we were early on. Bounces to the outside here. Thompson trying to cross it there, but a nice play. Break that one up by Ray Riera, but taken right back by Thompson. And he battles through. Thompson putting it out front, and that one broken up. Still dangerous, though. Trying to get a shot away and then broken up. Strong step up, though, by Andrew Keller. Carney racing back to get it, has to be careful here, and he'll play it back to pick the keeper. And coming up over the back that time was Cameron Swenson of DeLaSalle. So a free kick here for Grace. Conroy will put it in play short. Morey faking that cross. Now he'll come back with the right foot, and here's a redirect header. Haig will get to that one before the weak side forward could make it there, but still Grace has to be happy with the way they've started to generate chances.
Yep. They've definitely gotten themselves back into the game, and they're starting to disrupt the Islander speed game.
I was thinking way back then, Sig, that, you obviously scoring goals early is a dynamite thing. You want that. That's a great thing for your team to try and win the game. But you almost get the feeling that after those first 15 minutes or whatever, things were coming so easy that it's hard not to relax a little bit and let up and maybe think it's just going to be kind of one of those nights where you put a team away early, but that obviously wasn't the case. And that's just human nature. I'm not saying that DeLaSalle did anything wrong or different, but at any level of sport, you see that happen.
Yeah, and I've talked to a couple high school soccer coaches that told me the same thing. They said, I hate to be ahead sometimes 2-0 early in the game because my team tends to relax too much. And then the other team scores a quick goal, and then by the time you get your momentum back, they've tied it up, and then you're in trouble.
And here comes a corner. They scored off a corner kick not so long ago here. Thompson will take this corner kick for Totino-Grace.
This is their fourth corner kick of the half.
Bounces through, ball still laying there loose. Boy, DeLaSalle nearly had a big blunder there as they almost fell on that ball. Then this shot sailing just a little bit too high over the top. Would have been very interesting because if he falls down on this ball and puts his hand on it, they're going to be in trouble.
That would have been a penalty kick.
So you get the feeling right now that the Islanders are kind of fighting off Grace chances here, and that's 26 minutes, 25 and a half minutes, an awful long time to do that.
Right, and the biggest thing is that they have also taken DeLaSalle out of their game plan.
Thompson chipping at far post. Here's the header, and it's in. We are tied up. Namara converting off a beautiful cross, and this thing is even up.
So what were we saying about a team coming from behind? Here it is. This is a great play. Thompson sends it deep. Nice header right past the keeper for the equalizer. Just a beautiful header. I mean, there couldn't have been more than about 1.5 feet of room over there to get that ball in.
Yeah, the ironic thing about it was Haig actually read it very well.
Yes, he was on his way over there to get it, but
third goal of the year for Namara. Totino-Grace 2 and DeLaSalle 2. And if you had just watched the first 10 minutes of this one and then tuned away, you would have been kind of surprised because DeLaSalle was very much in control early, but Grace has come back nicely. Now, who's going to keep? Will it be Grace keeping the momentum, or does DeLaSalle have a rally in of their own?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if DeLaSalle gets back to their speed game, because that's their bread and butter. But Totino-Grace just keeps poking away and poking away.
Conroy was fouled. He was hoping that advantage would be called there and allowed to continue his run, but nonetheless, they will get a free kick out of it. Grace has come on strong late in the first half and especially early here in the second, and they have evened things up. Conroy lining up this free kick here for Grace. Out front it comes. Ooh, and off the chest of Austin Lohr there, trying to get that one toward the net. So the freshman Haig has had a couple go in. Pretty good goals, though. The first one, he got knocked down in traffic and was just getting back up when Conroy was able to put the shot in after a corner kick. So this one sent. Haig's going to watch it bounce and grab it up here. Islanders, they have a lot of experience. That's the one good thing. They've got a veteran team from their stake, but still it's hard not to kind of be feeling the pressure a little bit now when you've had the lead for pretty much the whole night and now see the other team tie it up.
And of course, that does two things. It kind of degrades from the team that was ahead in their attitude, and then the team that caught up, this is, hey, we're back in the game.
Joey Farah had it, lost it. Conroy knocking it away. Eagles, Thompson unable to keep it in, so we get a throw here for DeLaSalle. Baker over for Riera there, but knocked loose, and Eagles trying to control, and they do there with Perriott.
Still has it, sends it to the right flank.
Thompson will run this one down. Throw coming for Totino-Grace as it was jabbed away by Ray Riera.
You know, you got to hand it to Totino-Grace. They did not panic after that first 10 minutes. They kind of fought and grappled their way back.
Namara taking this throw. Here's a header. Ball still dangerous here. And the Islanders able to gain control, but knocked down by Conroy. And he got his arm up too high around the shoulder there, Christopher Riera. So free kick here for DeLaSalle. Fleming sending it up the line here for Cardio. Bottled up there, knocked out of play by Yeager, but it'll be a throw for DeLaSalle. And gonna allow the subs to come in, so they'll have to redo that throw. Voida back in here for DeLaSalle, and James Shalou in there for Totino-Grace. Nearing the halfway point of the second half, DeLaSalle had 2-0 at halftime, but Grace has answered with goals from Jack Conroy and Ibuma Namara to tie things up. Pick has an easy path to that one and going to come out and grab it up here for Grace.
Pick sending his team forward, and he gets a low kick this time, but it has a pretty high bounce.
Baker finding the foot there of Joey Farah. Tried to send one through up the middle, but picked off. Baker, though, takes it right back. Wegman trying to give it back in traffic there to Voida. Baker again in the right spot there. They drop it back now. Ray Riera. Shipping one right side, and we're going to get a push called as they had a little bit too much into the back of Cardio there as he tried to get himself free for a header there. So DeLaSalle with a free kick.
Just 30 yards out.
Baker lining it up.
As he picked that, they're setting up his defenders in front of him. It's a direct kick. Comes.
Strong header there by Carney. And that one's going to bounce out. So goal kick upcoming here. I'm sorry, corner kick upcoming, yep, for DeLaSalle. Riera will come over to take it here for the Islanders, trying to retake the lead here after leading for almost the whole night. They scored 4+ minutes in. Headed right back out, but to Riera. He's very dangerous with the ball. Gets a shot away and pick. Head high grab of that one and sure-handed. And the Islanders able to win that ball. Cardio getting into the middle here, Riera. Baker will go outside Ray Riera. Shalou got a piece of that one, and then a push called on Baker. It'll be a free kick here for Totino-Grace. The chess match continues here, 18 minutes to go, 2-2 score. Conroy putting his foot to this one. Up for a strong header there was Hupp. And now Riera coming back hard the other way.
It's a 2-on-5.
Knocked away, but Islanders get it back. Wegman, though, lost it. Shalou clears it out. Throw for DeLaSelle.
Ooh, that was
questionable
almost
throw in there.
Yeah, that was pretty much an illegal throw-in. He's kind of dropped it on the ground.
I thought he was going to give it to somebody else to throw it in there,
Yeah,
but he put it right on the field. And a collision in midair there. Vettel getting it to the outside here. Austin Lohr. Baker got a piece of that one. And then a foul call going against Baker. I think on the initial breakup, but then after that he's called, and he did not like it, as you see. Conroy restarts it here for Totino-Grace and takes the pass right back. Conroy chipping it far post, and Higg coming out to grab it up here for DeLaSelle. High bounce. Wegman trying to force a turnover here for the Islanders. And it will be a corner kick for DeLaSelle. Not able to get an initial shot, but sometimes you have to take advantage and get what you can, which in this case a corner is pretty good.
That's very good.
Christopher Riera will take it.
Yep, they maintain possession, and they have a set play coming up. On the ground, and that's poked out.
Ray Riera coming back up with it here. He'll volley it from long distance. Wegman trying to get a header there, but skips into the keeper pick. 15.5 to play here in the second half. 2-2, Totino-Grace and DeLaSelle. DeLaSelle has started to really take the play back here with some more, Grace obviously had a lot of momentum, but it's been a while since they really had much going offensively now. Nice job to win that one by Voida, and then collides with a couple of players, and he winds up with the ball. Gets the pass back, and knocked off it there by Keller. Conroy. Outside with it for Namara. Namara trying to get a step. And nice battle there. Nice job defensively by Ray Riera.
Yeah, I thought Riera got a little bit of an arm in there, but nothing called.
Subs coming in. Throw for Totino-Grace. Shirk will take this throw here for the Eagles as they finish up subbing. Comes out to Conroy with it. And sent towards Shirk. Is able to run it down. Pushes it back. Here's the shot. That one knocked away in front by Fleming. Conroy winning it back here for Grace, and then knocked free. Following up here is Riera. Oops, and then he stumbles and will give it away as Grace gets a throw in.
It's the last opportunity. Deflected by the defense, and it comes back out for the header and clears it out of danger. So it's getting a little tight down there.
You know, they're battling hard. There's a lot more physical play than there was for a good share of the match. You have teams knowing now that could be in a next goal wins kind of situation here very much, so they're really coming after each other. Morey keeps that ball alive. Nice pass right back to him on the outside as he'll attack up the left side. He's got pretty good speed. Morey crossing it here, but Ray Riera intercepted there by Ray Riera. Now Christopher Riera coming back to meet it here. He'll dish it off. They play it up the line, and a nice ball there.
There's a push in the back. That could be flagrant foul too.
Gonna be a free kick upcoming here for DeLaSalle, about a yard or two outside the box.
That's going to earn him at least a talking to right there. Just ran into the back of the forward.
Halloran.
No card.
So with a little over 12 minutes to go, DeLaSalle lining it up here. Joey Farah looks like he will take it. Farah sending one right at Pick. So a little bit of a wasted opportunity maybe there for DeLaSalle. Pretty easy save. Got it on net, yes, but
Yeah, not much on it. And now Youssef is back on the field. He's been sitting on the bench since he got that yellow card earlier.
overrun here, and now the Islanders come up with it. Riera had a jab free by Conroy, but then following up, sent forward by Baker, or make that Farah.
We have stoppage.
Yeah, they stopped the clock here for a quick discussion between the officials.
And making sure they got that one right. So I would guess that the AR1, John Curl probably requested a little conversation with the center referee, as Rory Berlino. Referee's done a pretty good job in this match. They've been controlling things, but still letting them play.
Oh, we have a yellow card issued to Conroy now.
Ah, that's what it was.
Or is it Conroy? Yeah, I think so. He's pretty hot right now. His teammates would be wise to get him over there and get him out of there. It seemed like he was eager to talk some more.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do when you get any kind of card or a yellow card is to argue with the official. So he'll sit off for a few minutes and then get back in the game. See Coach Vance trying to calm him down. As we were saying, it was getting a little bit chippy down there.
But they need Conroy out there too. He's been arguably their best player on the field tonight. Or certainly one of them.
Certainly one of them. Yeah, I have to look at Pick as being the other one.
Baker will take this free kick here for DeLaSalle.
Just waiting for things to settle down, and we are back to live action. Oh, not yet. Okay. Now we go.
Knocked away. Controlled here by the Islanders as they try and get that lead back after leading 2-0 at halftime. really feels like anybody's game right now. You could make an argument either way.
I-
Here's
I-
Riera with a shot. Oh, and Pick has to come up off his feet to make that stop.
I agree with you, absolutely. I think the next goal is the winner, and there's no way you can forecast who that's going to be.
Foul call on DeLaSalle here, and Pick.
Good shot. That's going to be that's a good riser. It was going up off the field, rising up, just underneath the crossbar, and Pick was right there to nab it. I was going to say pick it off, but that would be...
Out front, looking for the header, ball loose, and just cleared away. Haig came out to try and get it. His defender wasn't going to take any chances and slammed it out of there.
That was a wise move.
And now we've got a clock stop again here. I'm not entirely sure what this one was about.
I don't know. Could be a lot of noise from the bench.
Long throw in. Islanders there first. Now Thompson faking. He's going to cross it. He gets free again. Still scrambling. Now he lofts it out front. 3 players go for it. Islanders finally get control. Conroy, by the way, back in after that yellow card.
Yeah, they need him in there.
And now coming back the other way, Cardio trying to get free. Gets the ball back here as they fight it out, and he was held up. Eagles didn't like it. Boy, both teams now, they know the magnitude of every play out there, and you're seeing them, both sides get upset at calls, but
well, they were shoulder to shoulder. Then I have to see the replay, but I think the defender probably got a little bit in front of him, and that was enough to draw the foul. Either shoulder to shoulder. No, yes, he had his arm in front of him.
Out front, headed away, but not out of danger yet. Here's Riera with a shot, and he got it. A rising left-footed shot, but Pick catching it at shoulder height. And we will have a throw here for DeLaSalle.
You'll see it again, and it's another riser, and Pick seems to be just in the right place at the right time.
You notice later in the match, Riera is really a clever passer, but late in the match, he's saying, you know what, if I'm in a position to shoot the ball, I need to take that shot, and he's taken a couple of good ones lately. And the Eagles win it back here. Morey will send one, trying to get a header out. Kind of a tough angle to get it straight, direct through the middle like that, and now Haig will come out and grab it up here. Chalou sending it in the air. And Riera able to control it here again for the Islanders. Gonna chip it up the line. Wanted Cardio, but that one broken up. The Eagles get control, and
You get a foul
foul.
called.
No, offside looks like.
Yeah, AR1's indicating offside right in front of us.
So a free kick here for DeLaSalle. Momentum seems to have kind of swung back their way here later in this half, and we get a stoppage. Player shaken up for Totino-Grace is Morey. And he's going to have to be subbed for.
Yep. If you stop the clock for the player, he has to come off the field. And he's played a good game also.
Yeah, strong player for the Eagles. Doesn't appear to be walking with too much difficulty. I guess based on that, I would say it probably isn't a game ender for him. But we'll see.
Yeah, let's get something with his left hip. bumped into someone.
Islanders put it back into play here. Drop back, but behind its intended target there, Farah. Tries to get it back. And we get a push call there going against the Islanders. Conroy will take the free kick. Shalou trying to track it down here for Grace, and he does. Now puts it out front. Here's the header, and Haig able to get to it. Is he over the line? Looks like no. The Eagles were hoping to get a corner kick out of the deal after the header put it in a precarious spot, and Haig lunged for it. Official AR was down there in the corner and got a good look.
Yeah, he was down inside, no question.
Even if you don't have any idea if he's out, you sell it if you're the the offensive team there.
Absolutely.
Well, for both ways, really, I guess, yeah.
Well, you got to keep selling it. You never know when it can turn in your favor.
Keller will take the throw in here for Grace. Kept in play. Youssef getting a chance, and he rolls one on goal. Haig with the stop.
Couldn't get much on that one, but he was by himself against 5 defenders, so that's what you do. You take a shot. Skies this one. Wow.
Shalou knocking it down now. Baker will serve it in. A high bounce, but Pick able to easily win the race to that one. Good punt here. Youssef able to control it here, pushes it out the outside to try and create a little space. Baker getting back in to break it up here for the Islanders. Knocked away, Shalou getting it over. Tried to get it to Thompson there, was Youssef. Now Conroy following up. Does find Thompson, and he mishits that one as he slipped. So goal kick here for DeLaSalle, but Grace plotting the setup anyway, just not able to get a clean shot away.
So Totino-Grace taking command of the field in the last 10 minutes. Putting some pressure on the Islander defense. And on the other side, there's been a few shots where Pick has been able to come out and make some really outstanding saves.
To the outside here. Voida. Jabbed away, it comes loose. Voida a shot, it bounces up in the air off of Pick. And they can't get an attempt away. An injured Grace player trying to move himself out of the way, and now we'll get the clock to stop as he was near the play there. Andrew Perriott is the injured Eagle as he went down right there. And you see right there, 3 players converge at once and able to keep it out of the net.
See it again. Nice passing here, then just as the defense collapses, here's a breakaway. Pick comes out, and then Pick saves it. Gee, there's no lacking of action in this game.
No, and you got to be fearless to be a keeper in that spot, and he was.
Yeah, that takes some guts.
Baker looking for some space here. Under 3 minutes in regulation here. knocked away, and Thompson back the other way for Totino-Grace. Now Youssef trying to speed up that right side. Gets a little bit of a step. Now he'll cut it back to the middle, but then broken up.
Yep.
Excellent effort there to hustle back and get in his way. Ray Riera, that is. And then chopped right back out of there. Throw in here for Totino-Grace as we've ticked under 2 minutes to play. DeLaSelle got 2 goals early in the match, led 2-0 at halftime, but Grace answering with 2 goals fairly early in the second. And then we've kind of been back and forth since.
This will be a throw for Totino-Grace.
So Conroy will take this free kick here for the Eagles. Chipping it out front, and Haig comes out to punch it out of there. And then lift it out to the center of the field.
Driven down the side, but there's nobody there for with the white shirts.
Now Riera comes back to get it. Christopher Riera looking for space. Crosses it over. Here's Cardio. Ball loose, and he puts it in. It's a goal. DeLaSelle takes the lead back with just under a minute left.
Sicardio gets it right here.
Avoids the keeper.
Yeah.
That was as big as anything as he avoided the keeper, so really no way that one was going to be a disallowed goal.
Right.
He
jumped over. No, he jumped over. That's the only miss that Pick has made, and it has to pay the big price for it with just 51 seconds to go in the match.
Will that be the goal that sends DeLaSalle to its first ever state tournament?
Well, stranger things have happened, but who knows?
Pops into the middle of the field, and Islanders will bang it out of there.
Yeah, all they want to do now is send the ball down and not give Totino-Grace any offensive.
Well, here come the Eagles, though. Umara trying to get free and run off it there and knock back out. Push to the outside. 20 seconds to go. Cardio trying to keep possession here. Now he'll get back to it. Knocked out of play, and it'll go off of Grace. It'll be a throw-in, and they're not going to need to throw this ball in, I don't think. No, They are stopping the clock. Making a couple of substitutions. So they'll stop it with 7 seconds remaining. But even so, it's still going to be DeLaSalle's. Well, we gave a lot of credit, and rightly so, for Grace not panicking when they fell behind early, but then DeLaSalle, they didn't panic when they saw themselves tied up, and the clock is ticked to 0. The DeLaSalle Islanders are headed to the state tournament for the very first time in school history. 2 goals early and 1 goal very late, as Christian Cardio puts in the game winner with 51 seconds remaining in regulation. And the Islanders make good on their first section final appearance, and now headed into that Class A state tournament. This was an exciting one tonight here, Sig.
Yes, it was. As we started out the first 10 minutes, it looked like DeLaSalle was going to run away with it, but Totino-Grace crawled back and got their goal, and then they got the equalizer to make it exciting. And then the last 20 minutes have been back and forth, back and forth. Some good goalkeeping on the part of Pick, but that last one they couldn't do anything about. So congratulations to DeLaSalle for a good victory, and to Totino-Grace for a good year, and they played a heck of a match.
So the Eagles will finish as runner-up in Section 5. The Islanders are the champions. Again, a reminder, you can watch for the Section 5A Girls Championship on 12 Sports, as well as Totino-Grace takes on Park Center. Hope you've enjoyed this one. For Sid Lagry and all of our crew, MJ Wilcox, so long from Maple Grove as DeLaSalle beats Totino-Grace 3-2.